The iPhone 17 Pro Max just came out, and we got all sorts of new features, from the camera to the lock screen. In this video, I'll show you everything you need to know to get the most out of your iPhone 17 Pro Max. Okay, I broke this video into 3 different sections: new features, commonly unknown features, and accessories. Let's start with what's new. Every year, the iPhone gets a few new features or refinements that make the phone just a little bit better than the one last year. So there's not a whole lot new, but let's start with the design. This is the first ever Pro iPhone that has an aluminum body, which there are a few good things and a few bad things that I think you should know about. The bad is, well, the aluminum is a lot softer than titanium, which is what they used last year, so it will scratch a lot easier. The good is aluminum is a lot better at temperature control, which when you pair that with the new vapor chamber that's inside of the phone, hopefully it'll be a lot cooler than the iPhone 16 Pros have been. A cooler phone would mean the battery would last a lot longer, the phone would run faster and just smoother overall, and you're much less likely to have your phone shut off from being too hot. Then you have the new camera system, and the back cameras get a few new upgrades like 48 megapixels for all 3 lenses, and an upgraded 8x zoom. And I don't know who would use this, but the iPhones now get Gen lock support. So then you can sync multiple iPhones together and you could film with like 50 iPhones at once. And they brought ProRes RAW, which is actually what I'm trying to film this with, and it's gonna take about 6 gigabytes per minute, which is a lot. Both these features are currently only available on the Final Cut Pro app, so you won't see it on the regular camera app. You'll actually have to download the free Final Cut Pro app in order to use these. Then in the front, we got a completely new camera with a square sensor. What this means is it doesn't matter which orientation you hold the iPhone, you can record either way. This sensor also brings center stage, which will do things like follow you a little bit on FaceTime or automatically change the ratio of a photo to fit everyone inside. And while we're here, we might as well check out the camera app just a little bit. On the top, you can toggle on or off the shared library, if that's set up. Next to that, you'll see your format settings, and the rest of your settings are in the top right corner. Then at the bottom, you can swipe around and find new camera modes. And if you tap on each mode, it'll give you specific settings depending on which you choose. For example, the video mode will give you specific settings for video, like this new setting called dual capture. Okay, now that you know the new features of the iPhone 17 Pro, let's rattle off 5 really cool tricks that you should know. Focus modes are probably the most underrated feature for an iPhone. In settings, you can scroll the focus modes and make a new focus. Now you can do things like select certain lock screens and home screens and set schedules for each focus mode. Now if I go to Control Center and select different focus modes, it'll completely change the way my iPhone looks. The silent switch has been replaced by a button, and by default, it's still the silent switch. But if you go into settings, you can actually find the action button and change it to just about anything, like maybe the flashlight. On the topic of buttons, you can change which app the camera control actually opens. All you gotta do is search camera control in settings, and you can pick which camera app will open. Control Center is now super customizable. Go to Control Center and press the plus button in the top left corner. Now you can resize, move, or add new controls. You can schedule iMessage text to send later. Go to iMessage and type out the message like normal. Now, before you send it, press the plus button, hit send later, and pick a date and time to send. Now let's talk about accessories, because there's actually a lot of new accessories that go along with the iPhone 17 Pro. Apple came out with a new phone case for the iPhone 17s, and it's called Tech Woven, and I actually kind of like it. This is the replacement for fine woven that came with the iPhone 15s, which was just terrible, but this Tech Woven is actually really cool. The leather and fine woven cases that Apple used to have were a lot more delicate and soft and kind of more fancy, but this Tech Woven is pretty rugged and hard, and I actually really like that. This is good for me because I work in construction and there's lots of dirt and just gross things that get on my phone, so having a more tough phone case is a lot better for me. One other accessory is the new lanyard, which is definitely not for me, but it is pretty cool how it works. On the bottom of the Tech Woven case, there's actually these 2 little dots on each side. That's how the lanyard will actually snap into the phone case. Lastly, the iPhone 17 Pro Max has a new way to charge the phone faster, but it's going to cost you an extra $40. Apple released a new 40-watt dynamic power adapter, which apparently changes the voltage over and over again to give you the best charging experience, helping your phone to charge a little bit faster. That's the iPhone 17 Pro Max. I really like this phone. Let me know in the comments what you think.